What happened to PewDiePie? Legend of the Brofist. By the way, I've never heard of this. I have actually never heard of this, that this actually exists, right? I've never heard that this is a thing. So yeah, that's a new one. That is indeed a new one. Never heard of this. So I am actually quite curious what this even is. I'll be real. I got no idea. Don't know. This is by Keelvin. Keelvin? Keelvin, because there's two E. Anyway, yeah, we're going in. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Oh, he's gonna play it. Interesting. We're gonna look at this. That already looks like a fever dream. We also have the pugs here, right? So I don't know. We'll see.
PewDiePie Legend of the Brofist is a mobile game that was released on September 24th,
A mobile game. I remember it was something that was in 2016. See, I remember like this PewDiePie streamer simulator, right? That I remember, right? Right? That I in fact remember. Fair, right? That one. Okay. But this one I actually do not know about. Like, I've never seen this. I've never heard that this existed. It's a PewDiePie game released back in the day. Okay. I don't know, bro. Never heard of this. Anyway, it wasn't going to stick around for long. Hopefully everyone had an enjoyable day, night, and fun and a fun stream. Take care, Kaiser. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
2015. It's a 2D side-scrolling action-adventure platform game, developed by the indie development studio Outer Minds, in collaboration with, of course, PewDiePie. In late 2014, Felix first showed off a small bit of an incredibly early version of the game. In it, he asked his fans for input on what the game should be like.
I will need your bros' help to fill it out. I want to make a game with you bros. So I want you bros to help out, come up with anything you can. I want all your bros in.
Probably still a more fun game than like 90% of the games that are released nowadays that have that are absolute slop. It's funny. I remember playing this on mobile. Why does everyone know this? But I completely missed this. When did this happen? The only thing I've seen of PewDiePie in this video is about making councils that tried to overthrow him. Funny. Very fun. Very funny. Very, very funny.
Put on what this game should be, because I feel like this is the game for you bros after all. So I want you bros to really feel like you take part in it and taking part in making it. What kind of story do you want a game like this to be? What kind of gameplay do you want a game like this? Which characters should it be in this game? What enemies should be in this game? What abilities should I have? All these things. I want you bros to just go crazy in the comments and let me know. If you have any cool ideas, just let me know and we're gonna go through as much of it as possible.
It sounded like he genuinely wanted input from his fans and was excited for his game to be made. His fans also seemed excited and many people gave their input. We now flash forward 9 months and the game was finally released on iOS and Android. It received a very positive reception. It reached #1 on the App Store and grossed over $100,000.
Interesting. Grossing over $100,000 the day of its release in the United States. Hey, this was actually not doing bad. What the fuck? Well, Perkin, now who's the unk? Not me, because if I've not heard of it, that means, and you have, that means technically, arguably, you are the unk. Right? Logically speaking, of course. Right? Technically. Anyway, I've never heard of this. This is new to me. This is news to me.
$1,000 on the first day, which was obviously very good. Big YouTubers like Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie himself were playing it, and the videos did receive a lot of views. So that begs the question, why does nobody talk about PewDiePie Legend of the Brofist anymore? Was this game only loved by PewDiePie fans and failed to reach outside of his audience? Was this game only praised because PewDiePie fans would have praised any game that he made and the game itself actually wasn't that good? Or is there another reason? Maybe it has something to do with the past.
Maybe also, so here, right? That's what an unk would say. I will touch you. See, there's another option. It's because it was a mobile game. Unless like it got a PC port or some kind of other port, right? It's a mobile game. So that probably hindered its success. Because you play mobile games? Disgusting filth.
Controversy of someone in the game. Or maybe Felix simply wanted to bury this game and just forget about it.
Yeah, the game failed because he dropped the N-word on the bridge.
About it. It's a hard question to answer, especially since PewDiePie saw even greater success with his second game, Tuber Simulator. Felix revived that game with his iconic
That one I remember. That one I remember. That one I've played, right? That one I've actually played a ton, right? That one I remember.
ads that he put in all of his videos at the time.
What? You never played Tuber Simulator?
And I'm sure he could have done the exact same thing for Legend of the Brofist, but he just didn't. And what's interesting is when you look at PewDiePie's description for any of his recent videos, you see only 2 of his games listed there. I say we try to find the answer to why people forgot about the Legend of the Brofist. To answer why nobody talks about the Legend of the Brofist anymore, we'll first have to look at the game itself. I played through the entirety of the game. I did not 100% it, but I did beat the main campaign along with every level including the optional ones. If you guys do end up enjoying this video, I'll make more videos covering the rest of PewDiePie's games, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. But for now, let's dive into the Legend of the Brofist.
I'm curious. Okay. Well, it was a platformer, that much is clear. Bro, the game was released before the N-word drama. True. In this case, probably something, maybe something with the deaths, because that was mentioned, right? Somebody controversial was in it. Anyway. Yeah, the mobile games, sure, buddy, are not mainstream, but also the Lappy Bird. It's getting better. You're discovering the art of bad spelling, like the guy who made all these games that we reacted to. That when it was removed from the App Store, people were selling phones with it on eBay. People buy anything nowadays, don't they?
The game starts with Felix finishing up another classic PewDiePie video.
And that, bros, is how you make bread using your butt cheeks.
He then finds out that the video somehow got zero.
What? Okay, fair. How to make bread using your butt cheeks, part 1, by the way. Fair.
Views. This time it's not the algorithm that's against him, but the barrels.
All your fans belong to us.
So that's what we're in store for today, huh? So you kill the first barrel and the gameplay starts. Your first objective is to keep Marzia safe. You move around with your left thumb and jump with your right thumb. It does control fine, it's just not my favorite way to play a platformer. In December of 2015, this game was released on Steam. That version had a co-op mode and controller support. Playing this game with a controller sounds like it would have been so much better. Playing on the phone is definitely doable, but it's just a little inconvenient and uncomfortable. Going back to the game, you jump around, collect bro coins until you get to the bedroom where you dig in a pile.
Wait, what? Bro should clean up his bedroom. Unless he wants to end up like a certain roach man. Anyway, peak game script. Yeah, games. My videos not getting traction. The barrels are starting to attack me. I must protect wife. Absolutely.
Pile of clothes and find Marzia. And thanks to the fact.
Fair. Huh, such a misogynist. Anyway, of course I forgot hating barrels was his thing. Is he just Swedish, DK? He might be.
That I played this game on an iPhone, I could not, at the time, read what it said when you found her. I figured out how to get rid of that white bar later on, but it was just so annoying. So Marzia is now following along with you. After that, I spent a good amount of time collecting coins for a while without ever even noticing that there was a pink arrow. So I followed the arrow and dig through a pile of clothes to get some headphones, and then I realized I have a bunch of stuff I need to collect. In this very moment, I was scared the entire game was going to be like this. Just an endless arcade style game where I just collect items from piles and different levels while dodging barrels endlessly. But thankfully I was wrong, as you eventually find keys to a car and leave, but not before getting a call.
Interesting. So eventually those barrels start intruding everywhere. No poke of the barrels hate is an amnesia thing. You ruined the joke. You ruined the joke. They still have something in common. They barrels.
All from the Barrel King.
I captured all your fans, And soon, the legendary Brofist shall be mine! The legendary Brofist? The hell is that?
I actually love how Felix
Wait, he voices the Barrel King and himself. Makes sense, finding women in pile of laundry, their natural habitat. Don't say that. Don't say that. You will get cancelled. Don't do it. Don't do it. Why is everything on the piles of clothes, bro? Can he not clean? Probably not. Bro does not know how that works. That's probably why Marcia was probably, you know, under the pile.
Voiced his character and the Barrel King like he would in one of his videos. It just feels really campy, I don't know how else to put it. Marcia, along with every other character in the game, also has voice acting from the original people.
Caputs, you have to say your fans.
It does feel like she's phoning it in a bit, but it's not just her, I promise.
Yeah, thanks for the rescue. Now let me help you. My eye and I will guide you through this place.
And I'm not a fan of a lot of the pixel art for when they're bigger. This game looks fine when things are small, but the bigger portrait.
Yeah, I feel like the pixel art is, honestly, looking at how weird the faces already have been, I feel like the art itself is probably... I think it's on purpose. Yeah, I think it's on purpose. Sure, you may not like it, but I think that, right, I feel like that's on purpose.
Are a huge hit or miss for me. Anyway, Felix and Marcia set out on a quest to stop the barrels from obtaining the legendary Brofist.
Now I can get back into bed and eat snacks all day.
Every single time you beat a level, you are greeted with this dancing PewDiePie that I feel a strong urge to kick every time I see it. Every character does have their own unique dance, which is kinda cool. Once you beat level 1, you get to see the map and it's laid out like so many other level-based games. There's a menu filled with power-ups and characters and upgrades you can buy. There is a good amount of unique abilities that accommodate for many different playstyles. The playable characters are Felix, Marcia, Markiplier, Cinnamon Toast, Ken, Cryotic, and Jacksepticeye, along with a bunch of different costumes. There's also a duck character that you can unlock by collecting all of the collectibles. And all these characters—
Ooh. Completionist energy here. I should play this. I should stream it. That's a joke, by the way. I won't. But still. The only cans I'm scared of is my Netflix subscription. You use Netflix? Weak. Very, very weak. All subscription services are communism. Anyway, moving on.
come with their own power-ups and gimmicks. But of course, most everything is locked at the start. There's also a collection screen showing you that there's actually—
That's a giraffe with a gun! Based?
Actually a decent amount of optional collectibles. At this moment, I only have enough money to buy a couple things, so I buy Marcia and a healing ability.
Ah yes, we continue the trend. Now he's buying women. Now you can buy women as well. 10 out of 10. I bet you don't know how the people he just mentioned. Probably, very likely. Where else but Netflix am I going to watch Troll Hunters? Well, I can't tell you that.
And set out for level 2. There's also a level difficulty you can select. And because I ain't no bitch, I went for the hardest difficulty that was available, Bro Mode. The next level has you escaping from General Barrel as you hop from car to car. If you jump on the street or lose all of your HP, you die and have to start from the beginning. This level is the hardest level in the game. Yes, you heard me right. Level 2 is the hardest level in the game. No, it didn't help that I played on Bro Mode, but I played most of this game on Bro Mode as well. And the best part of this level is you only see one other level like this in the entire game. Okay, so why is this level so hard? First of all, it is completely different from—
For one, it also looks like you're being harassed by ducks. That's rather interesting.
that first mundane level. Here you're introduced to the cars, exploding barrels, gas barrels, barrels that shoot at you, and rolling jumping barrels. There's these ducks that blend right in with the background. The first time I encountered them, I literally thought they were just visuals. And don't forget that General Barrel is chasing you down as you're hopping from car to car. And you have to figure out how the cars move and which parts of the car you can actually stand on. This is level 2. Level 1 had stupidly easy, no-risk platforming. That level had a few different types of barrels in it, yeah, but it was such a safe environment where you could figure out how all of them work and none of them were complicated to grasp. And not to mention, you weren't on moving cars the entire time. Yes, like I said, I made this a lot harder on myself by playing on Broad mode, which means every hit counts for 3 hearts. But even if I played on the easiest difficulty, there is such a learning curve here and so many new things here, I feel like it would have taken me a bit of time regardless. By the way, in these levels you have Edgar and Maya following you around. They serve as an extra hit for when you're about to die.
I can't believe this. The level takes place on a bridge. Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. He doesn't know he's going to say the N-word on a bridge.
Which is nice. I did eventually conquer level 2 and oh no! General Barrel has you cornered!
Nowhere to run. Deliver yourself or get blown to smithereens.
But not for long, as you get a call from the one and only Markiplier.
Wait, I'm getting you out of here. Jump on my jet.
You're what?
How? What? What? How? Why? Why does bro have a jet? Odd. Very odd. That's not what I would expect.
Oh my god.
Top tier storytelling.
Where did you get a jet?
Oh, that. Just something I got on the internet.
The next level is an auto-scroller where you're flying on an airplane. This level is stupidly easy compared to the last one. At the end, you kill General Barrel and set out towards the North Pole to kill his brother. After that level, Markiplier becomes a playable character. From this point on, I won't be going over every individual level. We would be here all day if I did that. So in general, this game is actually pretty good. It throws a lot at you and always stays moving, which can be nice, but at the same time, it can be very annoying. Like, how was I supposed to know that this cutscene had even ended and that this T-Rex was going to kill me in one hit? The game—
I don't know, maybe the indication that the hearts popped up? Anyway. Markiplier has a jet because he's Markiplier, don't question it, I suppose.
feels like it's trying to be too many different types of games too fast. You go from a basic tutorial to cars to planes to a linear platformer to having to just survive the clock to another few linear platforming levels to a boss. All of those different types of levels do work just fine in this game, but I went into this game blind, and after the first 5 levels of this game I had no idea what to expect. It of course ended up mostly being a linear platformer, but it does take a while to know that. So it can feel like a lot sometimes, but it controls very well overall. I'm no expert in level design, but only one thing stuck out to me as terrible game design. In this one level, penguins are coming out of the left side of the screen, which if you're playing on mobile you can't see them because of your thumb that you need to use to move. So during this level I ended up playing just like this. Nothing else stuck out to me as terrible, which is obviously good. However, there was one glitch that I found. If you die and reach the end of the level at the exact same time, you are given this awful noise. I will also add that it took me
Oh, well, that's an issue. Then to be fair, that's very oddly specific, right? In most cases, probably that won't happen. In most cases. Now, yeah, fair, but like one glitch, it is not that deep.
a good while to figure out that I had to dig up collectibles in this game. I'm not totally docking points for this because they do show you that you can dig in level 1, and I guess the collectibles are meant to be secret that you have to find for yourself. I was annoyed once I realized how many collectibles I missed, and I didn't enjoy the levels to the degree on where I wanted to go back to get the extras. But regardless, they are a nice touch to the game. And this game is not completely linear, there are some branching paths to be had. At some point during each level, this camera octopus thing comes out and takes your picture. At the end of the level, it'll give you the option to post it online for your friends to see, which does sound cool, but the picture is always taken at a fixed point in each level. So I wonder, how unique can this feature really get? Oh look, at this point in the level I was jumping! Oh no way, I was running there! This isn't a big deal, I just feel like it'd be cooler if you could send the octopus out.
To have a take. Honestly, kind of a missed opportunity. I would have just dropped this on Steam, I'll be real. Probably it would have not been that hard to do that, I'm assuming, right? Just drop it on Steam, problem solved. I'll be honest. I see no problem, that could have worked easily.
Whenever you wanted to. And as it stands right now, I just ignored it and it felt like a waste of time. This game is decently difficult playing on the bro difficulty. I stuck with it until this Christmas level that just kicked my ass. I wouldn't say that this one is particularly hard, but it was moderately difficult and so very long. I just got fed up with starting over and switched to hard mode. And this is when I lost my mind. There's checkpoints in this game? You're telling me I could have used checkpoints in that awful car level? I can't stress enough how this genuinely blew my mind. Bro mode did not have checkpoints and every hit took 3 hearts. Now every hit takes 2 hearts. There is a lot more hearts that spawn in, and there's checkpoints that fully heal you. I know I did this to myself, but I had no idea how much harder I was making it on myself. From this point on, I played on hard mode the entire time and felt no.
Isn't that just... That's a skill issue. That's just self-inflicted. You can't flaw the game for not having checkpoints when the difficulty mode is exactly that. It's a feature. The difficulty mode has it as a feature that there are no checkpoints. That's not necessarily smart, anyway.
Shame for it. Unfortunately, hard mode is actually really easy. I just flew through the entire rest of the game after this. Every level was a piece of cake. I hardly even worried about taking damage given how hearts spawn so often, and especially since the checkpoints fully heal you. I really do wish there was a balance between these two difficulties. I would love a difficulty that was the same as bro mode but just added checkpoints that don't heal you. But instead you have to play a game that's either too easy or too tedious. Let's talk about the story.
Where did you get that copter?
It's really just whatever. You're making your way to the King Barrel to free.
There's a fucking duck controlling a helicopter? Well, that's new.
Your fans and stop him from obtaining the legendary Brofist. And I hate to say it, but this game really wasn't funny either. Everything is based off old school PewDiePie, and I didn't really watch him a ton back then. I am sure so many references flew right over my head. There were some things that I understood.
Probably because, you know, this may come as like a shocker or something. Probably because the game was made exactly for that. For the fans. Helicopter. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. Okay, why are you in this game? Hey! Fair. I can't fight it anymore. Right? It is established. I'm a duck. I didn't even decide on it.
Like Stefano's a character and you have to fight Falcon Lover.
I accept the contract.
This story may be way more enjoyable if you were a huge fan of PewDiePie during this time, but since I wasn't, it just didn't do it for me.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to be naughty.
Everything just felt so to lols random, which I'm willing to bet is at least a little bit in line with old school Pewds.
Jack it up.
When playing levels, I would see a lot of random stuff and I couldn't figure out if everything going on was a reference or not. Like, is this exploding cow here for no reason, or is this a reference? There's characters like Shannon and Jennifer that I have never heard of before. So maybe I'm not in the loop as much as I should be to play this game, but the theming of everything and the story in general is just so bad I feel like you need to know the references to enjoy it at all. However, if you do enjoy the story, do not let me stop you from enjoying it.
I got an idea. Attach me to the rope and bear witness to my power.
Stefano. What? Okay, some of those I genuinely don't get either. I had a duck as my doctor once. He was what is this? Why are we here? I'm just here to suffer, aren't I?
guys.
I really could talk about and dive into all of these levels in specific a lot more, but by now I'm sure you all understand my overall thoughts and how the game works. So let's skip all the way to the end. We are now on the moon and we're fighting the King Barrel himself. This is the ultimate battle to see who will claim the legend of the Brofist. You can see Felix's fans in the background and you could tell they kinda got lazy with it. They made a few sprites and just repeated them all through the background. But we cannot afford to worry about that right now because we need to stop the King Barrel.
You've done well to come all this way. But as you can see, I've contained all your fans. All that is missing is you, and the legendary Brofist will be mine.
It doesn't work that way.
This is a pretty solid
Stefano the GOAT. Most of these from Amnesia, considering that made him famous. Interesting. Well, I wouldn't know.
boss fight, perhaps a little too drawn out for my likeness, but it wasn't too bad at all. It took me a few tries and I finally did it. What's happening?
Whoa! The legendary Brofist! How did you do that? I got the fans. I should get the power.
Can't get the legendary Brofist by force. Because it's in your...
Because it's in your heart. That's so cheesy, though. That's so cheesy, but fair. The legendary Brofist. It is not taken. It is earned. He made a spirit bomb out of his fans, or that, yeah.
Your heart. You are empty inside.
Of course I'm empty. I'm a barrel.
You should never mess with the bros.
Never. So then the entire gang's dancing and the credits roll and now—
Wait, did I just see him? That Minecraft YouTuber, the one with the white mask? I forgot his name. Fuck, I forgot his name. So popular, I forgot his name. Anyway, you get who I mean. That's pretty interesting. Oh, surprised seeing him here. Interesting. Well, yeah. The Brofist is for all the friends we made along the way. Indeed, it is.
now it's over. When I first killed King Barrel, I was on hard mode, but my phone ran out of storage, so I couldn't capture the fight at all. So I redid the fight, but played it on the easiest difficulty to just get the footage. And what I found out was the second half of the boss fight is just skipped entirely, which I hate. I hate to think that I may have been missing out on content for the entire game because I wasn't playing on a harder difficulty, but for the most part I was, but I just hate that in general. So I talked a lot about the pros and cons of this game, but what are my overall thoughts? Is this game worth the $4 on the App Store or the $8 on Steam? If you like platformers and you
Never mind, it is on Steam. Hey, that's actually good. Never mind. Hey, if it's on Steam, sounds actually good.
think you would enjoy what you just saw, then honestly, I think it's worth it. This game is not perfect, but it does give you a few hours of fun game time. And if you're looking for a good challenge and want to 100% the game, then you have a good challenge here. I know they won't, but if they wanted to completely revamp the game, they really could. If they organized everything a little bit better, touched up the story, and added some touch-ups here and there, they would have a very solid game on their hands. And if that happened, that's a game I would probably enjoy a lot. But since that's not the reality, I don't foresee myself replaying The Legend of the Brofist ever again unless you guys want me to stream it or something. But it was alright, I did have fun playing it. I mean, after all, I did beat it and then proceed to write a 4.5 page script on the entire game, so it could not have been that bad. For a small indie team and for PewDiePie's first game, I think they did a great job. At this point, it's obvious that this game was made directly for fans of PewDiePie, and perhaps that, along with the fans' heavy involvement, is why it didn't receive more long-term success. At the time of the game's release, I was not a huge huge PewDiePie fan, so I never even considered picking up the game, despite the fact that I was a huge platformer fan myself.
Shocker. Absolute shocker. The game's made for PewDiePie fans. Could have not told. Wouldn't be able to tell that isn't Dream. But why does it look like Dream? Anyway, looked like Dream. Anyway, wasn't the Minecrafter related to MLK? I don't know. How do I know? How would I know? How would I know? I don't.
And this game wasn't bad, but it also wasn't good enough for people to really vouch for outside of its own niche. And not to mention the fact that this game is very dated. Most new school PewDiePie fans will not understand many references at all unless they do their research beforehand. Earlier I mentioned that some controversies may be a reason why this game has died. I'm not speaking on any controversies with Felix. I am talking—
Oh no. MLK said, I have a dream. His dream was communism, by the way. Anyway, I've said nothing. Of course, I said nothing. I never say anything. I mean, sure. But it really, I don't know. The whole thing, like, he didn't expect it would happen, so, like, it doesn't really, I don't really care. Right? I don't really care. He didn't expect that it would happen, right? But these people obviously don't know what they were doing, so there's that.
Talking about Cryotic, one of the playable characters in the game. No, this is not Dream, but they do rock similar.
All right. It's not Dream, but yeah, I was about to say, right? Okay, it's not Dream.
Aesthetics. Cry and Felix used to collab a lot, and they seem to be good friends.
I will cry. Do you remember?
What?
September.
But as of 2020, it's come out that he was grooming minors, and thus his controversy began. He was kicked off.
Well, never mind. Yeah, never mind. I take it back. Out with this man.
Twitch and hasn't uploaded on YouTube in almost 2 years.
Oh, Cry.
Do you think there's something between us?
Shh. Let's not ruin this moment with words.
What the fuck? Why did it all of a sudden turn gay? Anyway, I remember this guy. Okay. So, yeah, if that's the... because of one person, if that's the reason, I would find it interesting, whatever. Anyway, how do you not know Cry? If you know PewDiePie, they did so many collabs. They're so bad. That are so bad now because of this. That aged so well. That aged so terrible. It started becoming gay.
Poots, what are you doing?
If Felix wanted to, he could promote Legend of the Brofist again and perhaps even get a similar resurgence like Tuber Simulator did.
Man, it looks so good. Who wouldn't want to buy this game? We can see my nipples. Yeah. That's a big selling point.
But I theorize he'll never do that thanks to Cry. I'm sure he's also very aware of how niche and...
Couldn't you just, like, literally nuke him? Couldn't you, like, literally remove him as a playable character and that's it? Like, it really isn't that deep. Duck, hi! Hi, Samax! Hi! Hello! How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hi! Hello. Now, looking back at this scene now, it didn't age well. None of these did, probably. Right? He's a usable character. You could just patch him out, right? Problem solved, arguably, right? You just patch the man out and you should be good to go for the most part.
Dated this game is. Tuber Simulator is a game where you don't need to be as much of a PewDiePie fan to play, and any references to him are pretty subtle, because outside of that he just serves as a narrator and a guide. So I get it, why not push the more casual game that has a more widespread appeal? At the end of the day, Legend of the Brofist was just a small trend that came and went. It wasn't a terrible game, but not good enough to stay relevant unlike Tuber Simulator, which is still relevant, goddammit. That's all I got. PewDiePie made more games that I'm willing to bet a lot of you guys don't remember or just don't know about in general. And if you want to see me cover those, let me know in the comments below and subscribe so you don't miss it. And PewDiePie, if you somehow come across this video, you are more than welcome to react to this on your channel.
Anyway, that's pretty much the end of the video, right? So there's that. Yeah, I didn't know that this existed. Obviously, the Tuber Simulator, I've played that. I've put a lot of hours into that, actually, especially when it originally released. But yeah, this one I did not know about, so interesting. But okay, would you forgive your friend if they? No, I would not. I would certainly not. No, I would not. No, I would not. Anyway.